There it goes. Hi, everybody.
Hey, everyone. Welcome.
Welcome
To Tarot for Today.
Divine Dabblings with me.
And me. Banshee.
And Obi.
I love that shirt, Mr. O, by the way.
It's my electric
Doesn't
blue.
he look colorful?
My electric blue.
And hey, Mr. O, do you have an announcement to make?
I do, but I think... Oh, yeah, okay, I'll do that. Today, I officially announced my retirement. I'm retiring from my place of work, which I have not been at in 3 months. Give or take a day or two. We love all of you guys, too. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate that. But I announced my retirement. After 20 years of working with my current employer, I qualify to retire with full benefits for what it's worth. You never know how these things change over time. And that's it for me. It's a wrap.
That's it for him.
It's a wrap.
And I mean, 20 years at this place is only a portion of his career of working in libraries.
Yes.
So congrats,
you.
Mr. O. We missed you guys too, believe me. It's been a crazy week over here.
Don't we have something else to announce too?
We got a new cat tree. Oh, we got treats today.
Yes.
Yummy chocolate bark.
Mm-hmm.
That looks so good. I don't know why I've waited so long to take a bite.
I'm gonna sit up and beg for that.
Oh, I don't think you have to beg, Mr. O. It's right in front of you there.
Thank you so much, Gina. Thank you so much for that. Okay, let's take a bite. Let's take a bite.
Go for it. Bite me. Well, let's see. Oh my goodness.
I know, it looks like I'm in pain. Trust me, I am not in pain. Oh, this is so good.
Uh-oh. I wonder if this could be hard on my teeth. But it's pretty good.
It's very good.
Wow.
I love toffee. Toffee-ish things. But I have to tell you, usually it's so hard, it's really rough on my teeth.
Now, if I could keep Sonny from spilling my drinks.
I saw that.
I did try to move it even further back, but no guarantees around here. Anyway, for those of you following on Twitter, you might have seen pictures I posted of our new cat tree. They're all very happy. We kept the old one still, though, because it gives them just more things to jump on. But boy, that thing is really falling apart, but they still go on it. Okay, everybody, today we're the collective. And by the way, bravo, Twitter people, 700 followers. So awesome. Can't believe I reached that today. That was just awesome. I am going to read for everybody out of the Spirit Animal Oracle today. On the neighbor's table.
We got one of those, right?
Maybe. I don't know. There's no hope with these cats sometimes. I'm telling you, they're pretty crafty. All right, Mr. O. These are a little bit thicker, so try to grab one. I know. Well, you give me those hard cards to handle.
What the heck?
Hey. I love these cards. I do.
It's an upright, right?
It's by Colette Baron Reed. Yes. No, it's not. But did you pull it up right?
I pulled it up reversed.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the Wombat Spirit.
The Wombat Spirit. What number is that one, Mr. O?
Number 68.
Oh, from Detroit. Awesome.
Oh, no kidding.
68?
Yes.
spent 30 years of my life in Detroit, more than that.
We are native Detroiters.
Okay, so Wombat Spirit in the protection mode is telling us, and I see it's about being at home. Could it be that you're not feeling comfortable in your own skin? Thinking that is the only way you can be with others is to hide under the protection, of a mask or identity you created to protect yourself from getting hurt? This mask or persona is supposed to make you look strong, but it really just robs you of your integrity. Wombat Spirit arrives to nudge you to drop the false masks because it is not others who will hurt you now. It is you who are hurting yourself when you aren't being authentic. It's okay though, you can course correct if you are willing to be yourself no matter what comes. Even if others are not in agreement with your authenticity, you are safe with Spirit.
Thank you, Banshee.
Nice message to keep in mind. And we do have, did we have another message? Yes, it's about our son. If you haven't seen our little promo video.
We are not well known in Detroit. Certainly not as Mr. O and Banshee. But we're working on it.
We're working on it. But, we've been a part of a number of smaller communities of, metaphysical people. And we've been happily doing that for many years. So you were on the radio once, though. It's true. And
more than once.
More than once. I was on once. But I don't think we'd be considered well known.
So what ducks do you got?
What?
What ducks do you got?
Oh.
We should get moving here.
Indeed. I have the, oh gosh.
Oh, that bark is so good. Thanks, Gina.
I have the I forget tarot.
That's the name of it?
Tarot of Reflections, I believe. The last name of the author is Wong. And
those.
Stephen Bright's The Shadow Within Tarot.
A nice deck.
And finally, again, one more time, the Cyril Marchetti Gilded Tarot.
Okay, and I don't know if I'm going to use them all, but I thought I'd bring them out. I have my Tarot of the Ages. Thanks, Gina.
Yes.
And this is the Temperance Major Arcana from that deck. And then one that some people seem to like is the Tarot of the Northern Shadows. And that's the King of Discs from that. It has a lot of Norse or semi-Viking-ish.
That one was mine.
Kind of art. And then I have this unusual one that I brought out a couple times before. It's called the Adrian Tarot. And it's kind of new agey. This one's called the Contentedness of the Soul. I'm not sure what it is. It's an ace of some sort. But the real interesting thing about these cards, I hope I'll be able to read with them today.
We're going to have fun reading these tonight.
I like these because there are these interesting sigils and lines that course through all of them. And apparently, according to the booklet, you can form them out into a greater pattern where all of those sigils and lines connect. And there may be some symbolism or meaning to doing that. It might be like a meditation. So we'll put that one towards the end.
You might want to move that. Look at him. He's following the bowl.
Maybe I just want to finish it.
There you go. Oh my gosh, that just melted in my mouth in a way. That was so awesome. Wow.
Hey, get out of here. He would have taken it out of my mouth.
And I also have my Gilded Reverie Lenormand Expanded Edition by Cyril Marchetti as well. So yeah, so Sunday we are starting later. And we're treating ourselves in a way to this LunaCon. It's free, after all. Anybody can go. And there's going to be a lot of speakers for a week. So, you could go to what you want. They have a lot of giveaways as well. So just look up LunaCon 2020 and you'll get the information. So we're going to be there. I am working, so I might, take my lunch break so I can catch certain things during the day. I think the programming is really nice because it's not all day long. It's just for a part of a day.
It's absolutely fabulous, Gina.
Wow.
It's the
Awesome
best.
work, you sisters. Sister power. So, all right, I'm going to read the list while I have it, and I hope nobody has snuck in there while I wasn't looking. So far, I have Aaliyah came in first, Libra Cusp, I Ride a Broom, RC Funtime, January Girl, Gina, Angel Mary, and Merwin. 3 big sisters. Well, isn't there some 3 sisters cookbook, I believe? I can't remember offhand. Anyway, awesome stuff. All right, Sunman is ready, which means we must be ready to go. So I didn't miss anybody. I don't see anybody kvetching that I have missed anybody today. So let's get this show on the road. Aaliyah, you are first. We'll take our first question from you. Sunny wants to play with the pen. So basically, you kind of want to know if he's feeling any regret,
if he really regrets it,
if
if
he really
feels,
meant it.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. You want to use a deck of yours?
Yeah, we will. Well, Gina, all I have to say to that is, I love all 3.
So, does that mean she's a sister too? I know all women are sisters.
Okay,
Ew.
let's see. We might do a yes. Let's do a yes, no, and do a quick.
Right, we can
3-part
take a look at that
follow-up.
and see
Yeah,
how that
see
looks.
if we get any more info on it. So we're going to see if he was sincere. That's our first question. Sister B. Sounds good to me. I want in.
You should always have a plan B.
Hey, that sounds right. I just.
Right there in front of me, like, oh.
Well.
I'm too high on chocolate bark.
And Sonny's immediately passed out here. His eyes are shut.
That's funny.
They've been having so much fun with their trees. We have on order, thankfully. I bought everything before Mercury is going retrograde. We will be getting a new computer, but apparently it won't be shipped till the 18th, which is the day Mercury goes retrograde.
Think good thoughts for us.
Think good thoughts.
Because this computer will really help us improve some big aspects of our production. Well, I think it's important. We need more computing power anyway.
Yeah, we need more power for sure.
What do we have?
I see I did 2. I'm going to count that again, or you can. Let's see, let me count it just to be sure. Wow. I definitely want to make sure this is right. 7, 8. Yep, okay.
We did it. Okay, good.
All right, Aaliyah, we're going to have some words in a minute. Well, I I will say, and remember this is just a tarot. It could be wrong, but it's leaning towards no. And you have some interesting cards here. You have Justice upright. And you have the Tower upright. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles, which just means, maybe yes, maybe no, leaning towards no. So we don't think, it's leaning towards the fact that maybe he wasn't being completely sincere. And part of it is a sense of, maybe his own righteousness, with justice there. He feels he's right for some reason in what he did, even as bad as it was.
I see that, or I see the possibility that he just sort of sits above it all and that he doesn't really necessarily believe in it one way or the other, because it may be that he's more about just achieving his own personal objectives. But having said that...
Yeah, I have a caveat here. With the Tower, it seems to me it might be indicating, Aaliyah, that he has learned a lesson from this. He has definitely learned, or will be. He's learning something, and he will take it in. So hopefully he won't repeat this in the future.
So the regret may come for him. It just may be that it's not quite there yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that maybe he felt... kind of forced to make the apology, wasn't ready to make it yet, but it is possible he will see the light on this. Now, let's throw a few more cards and just see what's going on in this situation. Here you go. Wow. Well, be careful, because I think, I hate to say it, everybody learns in their own way, but of course they should not be hurting people in the process. So they should be called to account for that.
Well, if you have integrity, you don't lie, or you don't do drastic lies. I mean, sometimes a white lie has to happen, but...
Well, I kind of think things are going to work their way out. We have upright cards here. We have the Three of Wands upright. We have the Four of Cups upright. I want to put that up here for a minute. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles upright. And so basically the Four of Cups is in the middle. And to me, that indicates somebody is taking a step back and thinking about things. Wouldn't you say? Reassessing.
Yeah.
And
this is also sort of holding in place the Three of Wands. And it may be that what is there is, it shows that although this says time to step back, this is saying maybe an evaluation of where you see things going. And so it may be that they're thinking like, well, what did I do? Did I accomplish something? And maybe then finally with the Ten of Pentacles saying they need security. They're looking for security and foundation. So this may influence how they really reflect on that. And maybe they'll realize that they want to build rather than deflect.
I don't know. Maybe it could be Megan. I'm not going to rule that out. But what I do see here, if it is him, this Ten of Pentacles to me might indicate that, maybe in the end things will kind of work their way out, that the friends will kind of find a peace with each other, because, that is kind of a family card as well.
Right. It may not necessarily indicate a relationship of high magnitude love, but it may indicate something that has a sense of foundation, family, solidarity with a group.
Let's see what the Lenormands say, and maybe it'll help. Maybe it'll confuse things. We never know. I like to think they help, mostly. Oh,
really?
That's not
okay,
good.
That's not good.
Well, this is very interesting because I've got the mice. And I've got time. And I'm beginning to think here that it might be in time, there's going to be more trouble. There's still going to be some problems here. maybe there's some kind of lack of maturity going on here. It's hard for me to say. I'm wondering what this time element is. But the mice indicate losses or little troubles and irritations
Is
and
he trying
things
to
like
run
that.
out the clock on something? Like, is he trying to sort of keep his energy in the situation, but at the same time, maybe there's something he's taking away from it too? Like he's either nibbling away at self-confidence or the true feeling here, like he's supplanting doubt, and time is on his side for that in a way. And I am wondering too, like maybe that last set of cards.
No, maybe he was buying time with the apology.
Yeah. I am wondering if maybe you're on to him a little bit. I'm getting a feeling now. I'm trying to remember those other cards. The Three of Wands, so
It was
he's
the
waiting.
Three of Wands. It was
The Four of Cups and
Yes.
the Ten of Pentacles.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, which are all very positive cards, which is why I keep thinking a healing's taking place.
But we were trying to think about him and less about Megan. So it could be that what that's saying is that there's a waiting game for him, and he's thinking about things, and he is trying to create a plan, that Ten of Pentacles. It just doesn't exactly speak towards ill intent, but it doesn't not speak towards it.
Yep, that's what we have right now. You know what? Just keep an eye on things. Your gut might be onto something, Aaliyah. I'm not sure. This could go either way for me. I feel that there was a lot of possibilities that things could work out, but this is only if he takes to heart the lessons of the Tower. In other words, he caused a crisis. Is he going to learn from this situation? And, it looks like he should, but, sometimes people take more than one crisis to learn. So hopefully that helped. And we have Libra. And Libra,
Ask a question. So I got my deck here.
they retracted it.
There's another one. How does they fail?
I thought that, oh, there it is.
It was right there.
Got it. Sorry. Well, do not snap because, you don't want to stoop to the levels of other people, and just be bigger than that. And, but do what you got to do. I mean, if you got to cut ties, then cut ties. But,
Well,
no snapping.
you want your friend to be okay too, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Good luck with that, Aaliyah. I'm cutting.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, what does A feel about Libra cusp? How does A feel? All right. Well, we have the Queen of Cups reversed. But then we have, God, did we have something similar before? Or am I thinking of somebody else's reading? Queen of Swords, upright. This happened once before for somebody. Wow, and then we have the Hermit. Interesting spread here, and that one is upright.
You have a lot to think about here.
Well,
you may want to...
What does A think about? Does A have a lot to think
I
about?
see, right, exactly. Well, I guess A might think that maybe you're the kind of person that has a lot to think about.
But you're very introspective, that, maybe there's some mysteries about you. Maybe there's things they think they can learn from you.
Maybe A has dual things about you.
Mixed feelings.
And we don't know what the relationship is or the gender or anything, but maybe A thinks that you have an imaginative side that maybe gets you a little bit carried away at times. But then you have a responsible side that is good at making decisions and kind of ordering things.
And being objective and, being fair about the decisions you make. But occasionally, maybe you can let your emotions get the better of you, and they see that. And like he said, it could be just in the part of, letting your imagination get carried away. And it could be other things too. But I think that there's a mixed bag here because, there are two queens, one upright, one reversed, one that's more logical, one that's more emotional. And it's the emotional one that they're sensing is not quite balanced.
Well, then there's that hermit
Yeah,
too. And of course,
yeah.
the hermit is sort of a neutral in between them in a way. This one is more about dynamic in a objective way. This one maybe is dynamic in a more emotional way. And this one is maybe saying, find a middle path there. So maybe A thinks that you have those natures, but they like your path or they see you wielding your path.
Well, and I also wonder too, because the hermit is one of isolation and pulling back. Do they feel that maybe you are withdrawing from them or you're staying back from them in some way? Maybe they feel you like being alone or away from them. I mean, I don't know. That's just something I'm throwing out there because that's a possibility maybe with this card. And let me get the Lenormand on this.
So now let's take a look at our Lenormand.
Okay. Well, so then those other attributes the hermit could apply, like for example, they see that they could really learn something from you or get something that they need from you, fulfills them in some way.
Maybe they want you to decide something for them, but maybe they're afraid of what that decision would be too.
Well,
Hi, Divine Universe.
hey, Divine You. I got the bear. And I've got the star. It seems more than not, they think more positively of you. They think you are kind of a force of nature, a lot of female power, feminine energy and power. And, there's a lot of hope here. The star is here, which is very positive.
Yeah, and so in a way, it nearly contradicts those other cards there. So
Hey, Jenna.
So that's, hi Jenna. So that's a little bit interesting. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, the she-bear could be said to be aligned with the Queen of Swords, forceful kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
The star sort of floats around those because it's not exactly the
No,
hermit.
it could almost go here, except that's reversed.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that.
Nah, maybe it stands alone in thinking that, if you want this person to be thinking well of you, I think that's maybe what this stands for is that, yes, I think they have overall a good impression. I don't see I don't see a lot here as far as relationship goes, if that's what you were looking for, because, of the Hermit card, first off.
I think it's early enough for you, Jenna.
Yeah, Jenna, I'll go over the list in a second. So that's what we have, Libra. I hope that helped.
It seemed to me like that bear, the she-bear, kind of aligns with the Queen of Swords, and so I guess they're just saying you're in charge of yourself too, or they like you being in charge of yourself.
Okay, so the list as I have it right now is I Ride a Broom, Terry, you're next, and RC Funtime, and then January Girl, Gina, Angel Mary, Merwin, Divine You, and Jenna. Not a huge list.
And you're welcome,
So
Libra.
those of you who came late, just announced today that Mr. O is retiring from his job. He will be a free man come July 3rd after 20 years of dedicated service.
I am happy.
And today, I don't know, people on Twitter might have seen it. A friend of ours who is a nurse, gave us some matching face masks, cloth face masks, with pink flamingos on them. That's an old joke, right, Mr. O?
Yes, it is.
Maybe for another time, maybe a soul story about some of that stuff. That would be nice.
Absolutely.
Oh, Divine U's mom's birthday is July 3rd.
Well, happy birthday to your mom in advance.
And Jenna says,
Thank you, Jenna.
congratulations. Okay,
And-
so did we get the question? There it is. Okay. I'm thinking my boyfriend has other options. He always teases me about it, but I'm starting to wonder, is he actually messing with someone else? Oh. So, do you want to do a yes no first? Is that one of those?
Yeah,
do you
let's
want
do
to
a
use?
yes no.
I don't.
And, we'll use my Tarot of the
Okay.
Ages.
I'm gonna bring this one. Did I use this one? No, I used the bright deck. Ah, man, I am beat. I had a real busy day at work today.
I worked in the basement.
Yeah, he's been cleaning the basement out a little bit, which is
Well, and I did that fabulous
awesome.
little Lunacon.
he did the video for our. And don't forget, people, we did announce, and we have a video message that we will be moving our live stream to the evening this next Sunday, so we can attend Lunacon, which is free and being done by Llewellyn. And there's going to be a lot of authors speaking. It's a week-long event. And there's some very good people speaking during our live stream that we do not want to miss.
So you can register, and it's for free at llewellyn.com.
Well, look up Lunacon 2020.
Lunacon.
Yeah, because you can register there. It's a little bit easier. All right.
I guess trying to work this up into a business is what I'm doing next. And mostly trying to stay fit. I think that's going to be a real goal for me because I'm used to more exercise, even though in recent years I kind of tapered down. I'm thinking now would be a good opportunity just to try to exercise more. But sadly, our health club is probably no longer going to be a safe place.
At least not for a while. So we are thinking of buying some bikes, a couple of bikes, and starting to bike again because we have some nice areas to drive bikes through here. So that's one of our goals. Now that we got the computer out of the way. So we'll see how it goes. And who knows? But that is what's next. He's going to be working hard. I'm still at work, obviously, but I'll be home. And I can help him with little bits here and there about getting some things together to get the business end of things up and running finally. So hopefully by our year anniversary, our business will be all set. Our master plan. I always go with a year and a day for big things like this. You know, anything that's worth doing is worth planning and making sure everything is right. Yes, Sunny Cat. By the way, those that came late, we got the cats a cat tree, a new cat tree. They're so happy. They love it. Just one of those great timing things happened to me this week. Two things that I wanted really bad and I checked on a week ago. For some reason, I checked on them again earlier this week, and they were both on sale for at least $50 off each. One was $60 off. So, of course, I bought them. And I was just so surprised. It's almost anything I buy for the cats, though, has been lucky. The last time I bought them a cat tree was when they were just kittens, and I won a raffle that gave me the money to buy it for them. So, and I remember saying as I bought the ticket, if I win today, I'm going to buy them that cat tree.
Well, getting back to
Yes.
I Ride with a Broom.
What are the cards?
We have the Ace of Coins,
Upright,
the Ace of Wands,
reversed.
which are just our markers. And
Yes,
then
I
we
know.
have the Five of Cups reversed. So the answer
Oh.
is most likely yes, or that it looks like it's leaning towards yes.
I want to see how that question is worded. Yes, messing with somebody else. So you know what that Five of
looks
Cups
like it could
reversed.
be.
You know what that kind of Five of Cups reversed says to me is that they may indeed have other options or are looking for other options.
Yeah. It is possible that maybe they've heard from somebody in the past, and so they might be resonating with that a little bit. I don't see anything specific, like saying, yes, it is this person or it's that person, but it does seem like it's leaning that way, like they have other options, as you phrased the question.
Or possibly looking at other options. So can we just, what do we want to do? Should I do the Lenormand on this one, or do you want to? Do you think
Yeah,
we need
let's do the
anything else?
Lenormand.
Let me just say, sometimes Lenormand adds some really good insight to a question like this.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for saving the baby robins. Oh, okay. Yeah, you got to be careful with that, because I've always heard when I was a kid that if you touch baby birds, the mom will desert them. They don't like the human smell on certain baby animals, birds or small animals. So,
Still
I mean-
quite young. Wait a minute. I saw that.
I did. I didn't want to say anything because I don't want to act vain. I'll be 65 in the fall.
Yeah, so actually, his Medicare is going to kick in November. So, like, he is an old man, but I am not much younger.
Wait. Depends. No, I am not a depends user.
But he doesn't look his age because he doesn't have much gray hair, as you may notice. When he has a mustache, that's gray, but his hair, not so much.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I got rid of the mustache several weeks ago, because I was tired of looking like my old Uncle Joe. Well, for me it might be, but I think I've explained this before. I don't, like I said, I want to be vain, but I seem to be inheriting two really cool genetic trends from two different sides of the family. One is I don't go gray, and the other is I don't wrinkle fast. Okay, so what order did you pull those in, Banshee?
In the way you have them there, the ship is first.
So Banshee pulled two cards, the Lenormand, the ship, and the ring. And my immediate thought is, I wonder...
I'm letting him go first this
Why?
time. Well, as a test, Mr. O, to your Lenormand learning.
Well, I'm wondering if this means that that person is taking a trip, a voyage, and that it leads to some commitment of some sort, or some ring. I'm sorry, but you're the Lenormand reader, so you should step in now.
Well, the way I look at it, this might be a little different than the standard interpretation. I'm not sure. But I would look at the ship and say to myself, it looks like somebody's moving towards a commitment. But to who? I'm not really clear it is saying here. It could say maybe they are moving on to something else they are committed to. It's a little bit unclear to me. But it could also mean that they're moving towards making a commitment to you. Maybe they do have other options like that reading suggested, but it's possible that maybe they won't follow through on those other options.
You never know.
It's a little vague, I think, this time, Terry. So I think, you should ask this question again. This is not just to get you to come back, but ask it again, in about a week or so, and let's see if if things become a little clearer. Because I clearly do see that, yeah, there could be other options, but I'm not necessarily seeing that he's necessarily going for them. Okay? I wish I could be clearer, but I think the cards aren't being much clearer tonight on this one.
Yeah, so I sort of feel like maybe, there's a guardedness going on here. But on the other hand, maybe he's preparing a surprise one way or the other. So we don't know enough yet.
Well, that just means to me, Terry, your partner needs to get to know you a little bit better. Maybe they don't know you well enough to understand that yet. I don't know. Maybe slow learner. That's too bad, because, some people make assumptions. Or, that you can get the message or get the hints that they're dropping. But that's not necessarily true. There's nothing like good old-fashioned, plain English. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad your father was safe with the baby robins, so that sounds cool. So you'll have to let us know what goes on with them in the future.
Is that what, Jenna?
Yes.
So that's what we have, Terry. Good luck, and check in again with us on this one, okay? And let's see. So we are on Fun Time RC. How are ya? And hey guys, if you like our page and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And do like the page. That helps us a lot. Awkward RC.
But this happened last time too, didn't it? I was the one that said it was
Glad to
awkward.
hear. Okay, so let's see. How does Libra Cuss really feel about RC Fun Time? I guess I should ask Libra, you have no problem with this question being asked? Well, you know, whatever. Maybe next time focus on that again then instead. And let this go for a week or two and, you know, we'll see what the energies are like. I ride a broom. And maybe next time when you come in, check with us on, you know, on the California trip again for more clarity. Because, yeah, I know you kind of got upended by the last reading, some of the things that were said there.
Okay, how does Libra really feel about you?
Well, I guess you guys are very open with each other. Hey, we have somebody else came in.
Oh, hi. Hi, Sanjib. Good evening. Over here it is.
I'll get you on the list, Sanjib. I'll go over the list in a little while. Well, RC, I do have some reversals here. What is that one?
The Eight of Pentacles reversed.
We have the Six of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Sun reversed. Well, you know, maybe Libra's just having a bad time lately. But, you know, there's some pessimism, some doubt. Maybe some disappointment.
There's just non-clarity in general. There's just things that aren't really totally understood. The Eight of Pentacles indicates that there's a certain amount of movement, but it still may not be with clarity or purpose totally. And then with the Six of Pentacles reversed, some of the issues may be related to monetary things. So there may be some disagreements or variances in that. And in general, I'm sorry if I cut in.
No, go ahead.
And in general, I guess the Sun sort of indicates that things are in a holding pattern as far as maybe unification goes. I mean, it just sort of seems like it's holding there. It's stood in orbit. The Sun doesn't really rotate, you say, but, you know, in ancient times we thought that it did rotate around us. And from a horoscopic or zodiac perspective, it may imply that as well. So all I'm really trying to say is that it just seems like there's more to understand. The Sun is about enlightenment and knowledge, and so it just seems like some of the information is not all there for everybody, or for if you're asking about Libra, you know, this is from their viewpoint.
Now I've got bark in my teeth. So I'm thinking the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. What could this mean? You know, in a situation where we're talking about somebody's feelings as opposed to maybe material matters, well, for one thing, maybe they feel you haven't put out a lot of effort or enough effort as a possibility into making things, you know, better. And either they are not in a very giving mood right now, you know, they're just kind of not willing to make any concessions, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Do you see that?
Yeah, I kind of see that. It sort of seems to indicate a little bit of a standstill and clarity being sought for and not exactly receiving it. So it's a holding pattern of sorts. It doesn't necessarily indicate it's going to get worse or better. It's just going to kind of stay about the same. This may be like one of the new things. I personally know two at least other couples who are no longer married but are living together and are raising multiple children in each case. So it just may be one of those kind of things that is just another permutation of what a family is.
Well, we've got
Thank
the
you.
bridge. And then we have the tower.
I love when those come out together.
Really? 'Cause
Well,
the bridge,
sometimes
yeah.
it's the other order, maybe.
Well, yeah, the bridge and the tower. So I almost think there's some bureaucratic stuff in some way, Maybe somebody who has a very bureaucratic mindset, with a rigid mindset, let's say, that is blocking the ability to bridge this gap, Do you see? It's a little bit of a hard one for me. What do you say when you see that?
The bridge was first, right?
Right. So that's why I think this is,
Is influenced by that?
that is influenced by that. That's really what's, the hang up.
And of course, the last comment was that you apparently are going to be creating your own domicile in the near future. So that could be what Banshee was seeing there too.
That is possible. Maybe space will help. If people are on their own, because oftentimes it looks like a building here. The tower is also about isolation, so.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying anything to be presumptuous, but basically when you're still trying to work at least some sort of relationship, whether it's the family relationship or your relationship, maybe not being exactly on that close front helps as much. So maybe these are the good things here, which are indicated here and which you've told us. So we do wish you luck with that.
Yeah, and that's what we have for you, RC. I hope this helps and gives you stuff to process. Gotta check. So good luck with that, RC. Good to see you again here. And hey, January girl, you are up. After January girl is Gina, Angel Mary, Merwin, Divine You, Jenna, and Sanjib.
All right.
Well, and that's important. And you guys set the examples for your children, and how you get along, is a really important example to set for them.
Okay, I'm going to try the Adrian Tarot for that.
You're welcome, RC.
Thank you.
Oh, did you do yours last time too? Okay, I had these out, but that's okay.
Go ahead, let's do yours.
So
I think we understand that question. What is the best direction for you?
yeah, let's look at it that way. If there's something about a contact there, we'll let you know. It's a very volatile time right now we're all in, The market's up and down, and places shuttering their doors, some places trying to reopen.
Originally, before all of this, I was thinking that I was still retiring, but probably closer to the end of the year. I just wanted to put in a few more months beyond what my eligible date was. But then when this started happening, I realized that I'm working for a city municipality, and I just sort of felt, there was a vulnerability I felt with not knowing what was really going on. And I knew that I had a good level of benefits, commensurate with, what my position actually was and stuff.
It's funny, the
not gonna be super
universe just
wealthy.
has a way of kind of nudging you along because, these are some serious things for us to consider here, putting our health at risk, or we're so close to retirement. Sure, maybe we would like to work longer. I haven't said I'm retiring yet, and I'm not at the moment. So, but that's just it. Sometimes the universe nudges you along and makes you make a decision. And I think he made a good decision. Holy cannoli here.
This is kind of interesting, I think.
You have the Wheel of Fortune upright, JG. You have the Ace of Wands upright. And then you have the Queen of Cups reversed. Everything looks good except for that. So what I would say is, looking at it starting with the Wheel of Fortune, it's kind of like this might be a really good time to take a risk, believe it or not, make a change if you were thinking about it, going with your gut, because fate and luck are on your side right now. And I just want to go on to the Ace before I go to that card.
Okay.
I'll let you go. The Ace of Wands, is the start of maybe a new business, a new enterprise, or some new direction, with employment, maybe your creative talents or skills. That's a very positive card, the beginning of something new and growthful.
And I think this does talk somewhat to what you asked about context. I think this is about networking, so I think that some of this is probably going to happen because you are finding a good connection and you're in the right place at the right time. There's a right timing thing. I can't say that I guarantee that you won't have to spend any money or invest in this, but I think that, to me, if there is an obstacle or if there's something that's holding you back, it may be some of your own sense of confidence, or maybe like you're feeling like you're wondering if this thing that comes to you, like it just seems too far-fetched in a way, like you don't believe it because it just seems over the top in a way, something like that. So maybe that, you're going to be faced with a test of credibility, like, do you feel the credibility of this opportunity that may show up for you, and will you be able to negotiate some of your doubts or feelings about that?
Yeah.
Now, time-wise, I can't really tell you for sure what I see, but I sense it is probably still to be somewhere within this, towards the end of the year. I mean, within this time towards the end of the year. I don't know if you feel anything specific there.
I don't see anything close. Well, I don't know.
I don't think it's far away, but I don't think it's real close.
The Ace of Wands is fairly immediate to me,
That's
and
true.
I don't know. The Wheel is kind of telling me that, maybe now or within the next 3 months is the time to act or make a decision on something. And I like what he said about the self-doubts here. I almost wonder, if maybe you're letting, your own fears or anxieties get the better of you here. And maybe you have to adopt the attitude with the Wheel of, what do you got to lose? Right now, it seems like it's kind of it almost seems like the next 1 to 3 months might be a now or never moment. And I don't want to say it that way, but just that, the timing will be really right for something.
And because you mentioned it, because if you thought you had to, you might want to move home. I do sort of feel like this could represent a feeling about that could actually represent the energy from your home. And I'm not saying, just because somebody thinks that way doesn't mean you should move back home. But I'm just saying, be aware that maybe that essence or that vibration comes from somebody in your environment. So now we're going to look at a Lenormand.
Oops, I got him.
Funny you should mention that, January girl.
Well, I don't know about that, but look where's the camera?
Over by me.
I have the Moon. And I have the Bouquet, which almost seems like a gift of recognition for a job well done, or somebody recognizing your skills or talents in some way. Sometimes the Moon is looked at as an employment card. I will read it that way sometimes, and since your question kind of revolved around that, that's what I'm seeing. And the Bouquet is about a gift of praise, an actual physical gift, something that you really appreciate, and something that is given out of appreciation. So, I mean, it could be that you're given an offer of a job or something that you really will be happy about.
It's more likely that this is related to the initial reading, but I do think it's kind of interesting that as you type that last thought in there, she was shuffling those cards. And as a non-Lenormand reader, I think that sometimes the moon is sort of like an object of romanticness too, a
But was that
moonlit night.
about romance or about career?
Oh, well,
I thought it was about
oh.
I thought it was working at his firm, see?
Oh, I guess I was jumping the gun on that.
I think you just misread the question, Mr. O.
I did. I was like, oh, wow, something's going to happen.
Okay.
But if I put it into that context, though, then maybe it's yes, because the moon to me is also, from Banshee, I know is related to the concept of your workplace. But I also think it's about uncovering things
Yeah,
too.
it can be.
So it could be finding out.
And so, so Mr. O always likes to put a little extra drama into readings.
That's a Scorpio thing.
It's a Scorpio thing. Hey, that's what we have for you, January. I hope that helps. Yeah, I knew you meant that. Hey, Gina. It's your... Oh, there she is. Ah.
I do have to say that your bark was fabulous. Much more fabulous than your bite. I don't know what that means, but I had to say that. Since,
And now I can't talk.
I timed it just right.
Because of the bark.
You're welcome, January girl.
You're welcome, January. That's an interesting question, Gina. I am ready. Is it my cards this time, or did we do them last time? I don't remember.
We did your card, so we'll do
Right.
mine. So that
Sounds good.
bizarre Adrian Tarot.
You get a ginormous biscuit, Gina. Man, I can tell you, I taste the butter. I am known for using a little bit heavy on the butter myself on some baked goods. I make an awesome buttery shortbread. But of course, shortbread is all about the butter.
Cut.
Oh,
Do you want to put them back?
I will.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So we doing a yes, no on that? Was that a good
No, I
decision?
think that's a 3-1. Well,
Oh,
what do you
just
think?
want to know what the cards are.
Yeah.
Where is that question?
Fourth
There
up
it
from
is.
the bottom.
What do the cards say about it? Good decision. Okay, let's see. Whoa. Well, I don't know. We have the Ace of Cups, is that?
Mm-hmm. So the first card is the Ace of Cups, and it's reversed.
And then we have the...
The number should be on there. You're just not seeing it.
Oh, there. The Seven of Wands upright. Well, and then we have the Ten of Swords, but it's reversed. Well, I think it was a pretty good decision. You know why? Because it seems as though, there was something emotionally off with these people in some way. A little bit of imbalance going on and negativity with and also when I see the Seven of Wands in this kind of reading, that's somebody who is standing, right, and holding their own against opposition, correct?
Right.
So I see you, Gina, as defending your turf. This is you defending your turf.
I think it's interesting because, of course, it says
Yes,
that.
it says challenge on it.
So you
too,
were
that
meeting
card.
the challenge.
Yeah. And the Ten of Swords reversed is indicating you need to just move on.
Yes,
Move on
yes.
and be away from that.
Right. And I like this deck, although it's a little bit less picturesque, but I love the dreamyish quality. The word on that one, which of course I know the meaning anyways, is decline. So when it's reversed, then the idea would be revive,
Yeah.
move on. So I agree with Banshee here that this probably was a good decision on your part, and that basically something about it either challenged you or that you realized you had to kind of meet it head on directly. So yes, good decision.
Covert narcissism. Okay, yeah. That's exactly what I see in that Seven of Wands.
Wow.
So awesome reading here.
Yeah, that was really down and dirty.
It is possible the bark kind of connected us more here, because that was pretty right on.
It
I'd say
informed us.
to your question. Let's see here.
Sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at supper time.
Oh dear. Well, I got the clover, which is very good. And I've got the maze, which is kind of, it seems as though,
It was challenging to get rid of them, maybe in a way.
well, it was challenging or maybe confusing a little bit, like disorienting what you were going through. And this was just a lucky, this was very fateful what you did, and perfect timing wise, I think, because the clover is about luck, timing. Consider it kind of, in a way, I consider it kind of like the Wheel of Fortune in the Lenormand, sort of, because of luck and timing and fate.
They would have only caused unhappiness. You don't need that.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, It's not easy. Somebody told me off once not too long ago, and they were right. So I feel like I deserved it, and I learned from that. Just they can consider this if they're smart, they'll consider it just a life lesson and take it in. Sometimes you just got to own it.
It was pretty direct.
Yeah, so that's what we have for you, Gina.
All right.
And we are on Angel Mary. Angel Mary, you are up. And then Merwin, Divine You, Jenna, and Sanja. And look at that. We're at the beginning of our second hour. We're doing great.
Yes. And just a brief reminder, don't forget to tune in Sunday if you're going to watch us later, pretty much at this time, 7 to 9 p.m., because we're going to be at the Lunicon. But also, too, I just dropped my week installment of the Oberon's Outlook on Emotional Exchanges. So that's good for tomorrow through next Thursday. But it dropped on YouTube today, so check it out, like it, share it, etc. And Gina, you are very welcome, too. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, really.
Love to you, dear. And I also wanted to say that I know many, many moons ago, I promised to do what?
For this,
Yeah, what? What am I not doing?
you were going to bake something?
Oh, no, I was going to do a weekly installment of my own.
That's how long ago it was. I totally forgot. Oh, shame, Banshee. Shame. But guess what? That's what it's supposed to look like.
In the near
Banshee's material matters.
Yes.
It's basically the corollary to my emotional exchanges. It's more the
businessy
the
side
business
of
end
life.
of things, And she does want to get around to doing that. So
I was waiting for some of the dust to clear after the quarantine stuff, but who knows? Maybe it'll never clear. So my story is that I'm waiting till we get the new computer, and once we have that all hooked up and ready to go, I'm going to start getting ready to do that. So probably within the next month, we will be adding those to our schedule of readings.
And I see we have Angel Mary's question, so thank you. We can get back to our biz here. Okay.
Okay, do we want to do yes, no, or do we want to do 3 on this just to see what it says?
What do you think?
I think we should do 3.
Is this deck okay again?
If you can read it.
We didn't do too bad with
No, we
Gina,
didn't do
did
too
we?
badly. We did not mess up.
It actually worked pretty well.
Some decks don't make it easy, but some of them are just so beautiful you want to use them anyway.
Hey, Gina, if you slip me another box of bark, I'll leave the mic on after the show's over. Then you can really eavesdrop.
No. Now, what did that have to do with anything?
I know. Because it's something she said she wants to hang around to
Oh, an
eavesdrop.
eavesdrop. I see. Well, do hang on. Love having you here. Everybody's always welcome to stay. You don't have to just take your reading and run.
Okay, go ahead. Cut him over there.
I will.
I know.
And you want to pick them up?
Yes, I can do that.
Uh-oh.
But you'll
Without
have to
destroying the
read.
mic?
I did it. Okay, Angel Mary.
I want to look at that question. Okay. Okay. So we have the first card I drew, Angel Mary,
Whoops.
is Death Reversed. And the second card I drew is the King of Swords upright. And the last card I drew was the Four of Swords upright. I'm going to let you, do you want to go or?
I can do that. It seems to me like there was a problem getting over some of this. There was some true stagnation or inability to move beyond that. Maybe you didn't want to. Maybe there were physical things that held you there. Maybe there were some legal things there
Was
too.
or is currently? I'm just asking you.
I don't know. I think it's more in the past in a way.
Okay.
But see, I see that King of Swords there, and I'm wondering if maybe this involved a divorce or something that amounts to more of a legal separation. But then I just see this idea here that you will be working on this still in the future. It's not really done yet. You need more time with it. You definitely need more time with it.
Sunny the cat is super cute. Hey, Yellow, I'll get you on the list. Absolutely. I'll go over the list again in a minute. And, okay, so basically, Angel, this is kind of what I see. Getting the Death card as the first card and reversed kind of indicates to me that you haven't cleared out all the stuff yet. Maybe you think you have, but there's still some work that needs to be done. And yeah, I will also kind of reinforce what Mr. O said about, this being maybe due to a separation some sort, or maybe some legal matter, or something that involved, some heady decision that had to be made. And to me, getting the Four of Swords at the end like that does seem to indicate to me that you are going to step back. You are going to step back and do the work finally to make sure you've healed everything. But to me, looking at those cards and the way they're progressing, it looks as though you're going through this now and you are going to come to terms with it probably, before the end of the summer. It's a process, and maybe, this is obviously doesn't have to be anything you've just gone through. It could even be something from long ago that you just have not detached yourself from yet. So
I note that these cards are different for me, but I kind of like them. They have some nice qualities and feelings of it, and they have words on them which are helpful if I forget what the non-image tells me. But it is interesting to note that the one card, the Four of Swords, says stagnation on it, which of course could just be saying time to take a break. And of course, the classical definition sometimes of death reversed is stagnation too. So it's sort of like there's a lot of stagnation around you, or there's a lot of time to reflect, or there's a need to reflect on some of this healing. And so you're wondering, what should you work to heal?
Yeah.
Maybe we're going to see that in the Lenormand.
Well, I wanted to talk about something I saw here in that regard, possibly. I'm thinking here that, you need to do some inner work. I think it's all inner work that needs to be done. And the thing is too, is that you have to base, now the way you approach relationships or whatever or whatever you need to heal here on something new. You've got to make a clear break with your past. This is what it sounds like to me when I see death reversed. So I thought I'd throw that out there.
That's a very good point. Okay, we'll read your card when we
post
get
it,
to it.
Divine. We will post it for you. We are 2 people away. Sorry.
Maybe you'll be back.
And we will get it on there, and we'll try to let you know the time.
Yeah, we saw it. You're still down the list a little bit.
You're still down the list you're even after Divine You, Jenna, so
You
hang
did
in
not
there.
miss it. You never miss your list. We just take too long.
Well, actually, she has. She's missed it.
Okay.
It's all right to ask. Hey, Patton, welcome.
Hi, Patton.
Well, I've got this, which is the cross. And then I have the child. And so basically, Angel Mary, there's some grief here that still has to be let go of. And I think basically what the child is indicating is this has to happen small steps at a time. You're not going to be able to get rid of all of this in one fell swoop. It's like that would be nice, but I think you just got to take it in stages. So take your time, process, maybe list the things, that went wrong, list the kinds of things what you want to change and what you want things to really be, and start really doing the work of processing this, because it's going to take some steps to get there.
And I think that that's probably true. I am wondering that maybe there was a child involved in one of these relationships, and so there's concern about a child's welfare, or that maybe you felt that this kind of took you back to that point in your life when, as a child, maybe you felt more helpless about how you could resolve some of these situations.
That's interesting, Patton. Thanks for letting us know that. Wow. What can we say? Sometimes the cards are right on, and a lot of times, or whatever, the cards can be off. We can have a bad day. You could have a bad day. We may not be connecting. It's just, we never know. So it's always good to get that feedback.
So it's more about the sense of childlike, innocence or naivety has ended.
Jenna,
perhaps,
there's plenty of time. We still have time.
Totally, Jenna. Alrighty.
Okay, that's all we have for you, Angel Mary. Good luck. Good luck, good luck, good luck. All right, I'm going to go over the list again. So here's what's going on. And really, the list is not that long. We're really going to make it before the end of the hour, I'm sure. So Merwin, you are up. And then Divine You. And then Jenna, Sanjib, and YOLO. So see, Jenna, you're not even at the bottom of the list. You're only 2 people away.
Sure, Patton, not a problem. Tonight's probably a good night.
Yeah, Patton, we'll get you on the bottom. Hang in there with us. We're going to be on later next Sunday. We've rescheduled our stream for later because we're attending an event during the time of our stream. So, virtual event we're going to. So,
and I hope that helped, Angel Mary.
You're very welcome, Angel Mary. Good luck.
You too,
good
Jenna.
luck. Hey, Merwin, are you with us?
Oh, can I have my Adrian Tarot back?
No.
Then here, put those in it.
What did I... Oh, there, I see. So where did I put them?
We are getting it soon. It's supposed to be shipped on the 18th.
Sadly, it's being shipped the day Mercury goes retrograde. Dun, dun, dun. But I ordered it before the retrograde, if that means anything.
Supposedly it would.
So we'll see how it goes, but I'm confident.
And Patton and anyone new in the chat room, earlier today on Facebook and Twitter, I announced my retirement. I am leaving my actual place of employment after 20 years. and I am retiring. Yes, tomorrow's my payday too.
July 3rd will be his last day.
Yeah, my last day is July 3rd. That's hopefully it's July 3rd. I think somebody has to do some figuring to make sure I'm totally eligible to go on then. But that is my anniversary date. So that's kind of neat. I started on July 3rd 20 years ago, and then the next day was a holiday.
That's a way to start a job. I like that.
Thank you, Patton. Thank you,
So,
Jenna.
Merwin, are you with us? I'm going to give you another shot here. Did you type your
Merwin,
name?
where are you?
Maybe Merwin had to abandon us.
We'll catch them later.
Oh, my.
Oh, there you are.
There you are.
Yow.
Oh. So let's see what's behind their visits. We'll throw 3 cards on that, Merwin.
Thanks, Patton. I'm incredibly vain about the fact that I don't look like I'm almost 65.
We have already been through this discussion, but
I know.
he has not, maybe a few gray hairs on his head, but when he grows a mustache, it's always white. So he, you know, he
White?
shows his age when he has a mustache, but otherwise, you would not believe he was 64
4
and a half.
Okay, Merwin. And you know, I can totally relate to that.
48 to 52. Oh, now you're really on his good side.
Your check is in the mail. Most people do think I'm about, on average, 10 years younger. My mom is 85, and most people might think she looks about 10 years younger, so.
Oh, YOLO, I put you on the list. You're there. Don't worry. You're close to the bottom, but we will get to you.
I shouldn't, but I guess it's just kind of weird because I have a weird relationship with my age and my vanity. Okay, let's focus on Merwin's question here. How are we doing it? As a yes or no?
Nope.
No.
We want to see 3 cards and just see what kind of vibes we get, I think.
Alrighty.
Well, mostly positive, Merwin. We got the King of Swords upright. We do have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. We have the Star upright. It's interesting that Nine of Pentacles reversed in the middle. I'm not sure what I'm making of that. I wonder here if they have some regrets about, you know, maybe the way they've treated you. Maybe they feel they're feeling the isolation from you, you know, that they aren't comfortable with that, you know. Maybe, I don't know, maybe different things that have been going on have softened them a little bit here. The Star is a card of hope and optimism and positivity, so I can't, you know, see anything negative about that.
It seems
ahead.
like it's positive. The only thing that
Yeah.
maybe speaks to me as a possible ulterior motive is, and I don't know how old they are, but I assume that they may be older than myself, that maybe there's a regret about being alone.
Yeah, see, right. Mm-hmm.
That, you know, that they realize now that maybe not both of them may make it the same, and that they don't want to be disconnected to you when that happens, or if that happens.
And because I've got the King of Swords here, I'm not sure. I'm just going to say, I wonder if your father was behind this. You said both parents, right? So I'm wondering if your father was behind this move more than your mother, maybe.
Is that because of the King of Swords?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. But that could also just indicate that, you know, they've been thinking about this and they made a conscious choice to reach out because of this feeling of this isolation, this rift between you.
I feel like they feel really good about this and that there's a sincerity that the Star tells me. So it's really going to be up to you to decide if that's really true or
Not
not.
yet, Divine, you're next after Merwin.
Yeah, you'll be the next one, Divine. So I'm getting the feeling that their motives are really good, other than the fact that, that maybe as time has moved on, they've realized that they should, patch it up.
Let's make sure there's nothing else, though. We'll check the Lenormand here and see.
Thank you, Merwin, for your congratulations.
Okay. Well, here is the heart.
Now you're going to make Mr. O cry.
And here's the spyglass, I mean, maybe they've been really doing a lot of reflection. What did you do?
I knocked the camera over.
A lot of reflection on, their relationship with you. Maybe they've been doing some soul searching of some sort. Maybe, I don't know, you know your parents better than I, and you obviously have reasons to feel the way you do about suspecting there could be ulterior motives. But,
the thing is they could just love you unconditionally on their own terms, and it may not have anything to do with the terms that you, for the last 5 years, have decided meant any kind of love from them. Not the love, but maybe the sense of any kind of familial obligation there. Mm-hmm. And I'll just have to get personal for a moment, but I love my mom unconditionally, and I feel my mom loves me, but I have not always felt the way about my father that way. He's been gone for a number of years, and I've always felt that I just never quite got as close to my father for whatever reasons I couldn't understand. But I think near the end I realized, even though I thought he didn't love me, I think he loved me. But I guess it took me a long time to realize that.
Don't sob.
I'm not going to cry.
Okay.
I'm a big boy, and big boys don't cry.
Okay. Well, I wonder now if your father's trying to break that. Maybe he's the one. Well, anyway, that's what we have for you. Good luck with this. And, your instincts aren't always the bad thing to, go by. If you have doubts, nurture that. But also keep an open mind and heart, because there looks to be, to us here, some sincerity. Definitely. So that's what we've had for you, Merwin. Good luck with that. And Divine you are up, and I think we had your question. Okay, I'm going to go over the list again. After Divine You is Jenna, and then Sanjib, Yolo, and Patton.
And Divine You wants to know what kind of positive changes are coming in their life.
Okay. Your deck?
Yes, we'll use the Tarot of the Northern Shadows.
All right. I like that one.
I do too. And Angel Rivera was on a week or two ago and asked about it, and we told him that it was the A.G. Muller. And that's the same A.U.G. Muller, A.G.E., I forget. But that's the same publisher of the Adrian Tarot, which I kind of like too. And it's nice card stock.
They have some good decks that they have
And
published.
I like the card stock too.
Unique.
What's positive things are coming for Divine Universe? Let's hope that there will be.
That's what we want to see. All right. Well, hello, Mr. Sun. Well, you will be next after Divine You's reading, Jenna.
Yeah, we're doing that one
so
right
hang
now.
in there.
Okay, so we have our 3 cards. One is the reversed Ace of Swords. One is the reversed Knight of Cups. You're welcome, Merwin. And then we have the
You're welcome, Merwin.
upright 8 of Discs. And we have Ted here. Hi, Ted.
Hey, Ted. Welcome.
Probably not.
Yeah, and what else? And Arabella. Oh, okay, Arabella.
But you guys will have to wait a few moments because we're working on some other readings
Yeah,
right now.
we will. We'll throw you on the list and see what happens. We still have a half hour into the show.
Okay, Divine You. What's coming towards you? Well, how was that phrase again? The energies?
The question?
Positive changes.
Yeah, what positive changes are coming? Is that what it was?
Well, somehow...
Oh, I didn't see Worthless Unicorn is here, too. Okay.
We're losing it.
I know. Sorry about that, Worthless Unicorn. I did not mean to miss you. So I'll add you to the list. We'll see what happens. Okay.
So the positive changes that are coming towards you, well, I'm not sure if I'm seeing those. I'm thinking that you might have to change plans with something. Maybe that's what's positive is maybe it's a change you're not anticipating making, but maybe that change will be better for you. It may be about your feelings about someone you care about, a relationship. I don't think it's a primary relationship. It might be someone in your family or friends, but maybe you have to change course on that. And some of that is about maybe the generosity angle, like maybe you find you're going to have to help somebody more rather than help them less like you might have hoped. Do you see that?
Well, what I'm looking at with the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Cups, seems to me like there might be something, because you're asking about what positive changes, something positive may come out of having to make a difficult decision that might be based on an emotional matter of some sort, maybe a relationship. But coming out of this difficult decision will be something more positive. It will allow you to be able, it will free you more. It'll free you more to be more giving of yourself in some way. In other words, well, go ahead.
The Knight of Cups could represent a male person, so maybe it could be your child.
It could, yeah. So you have to make some kind of difficult decision, and it may be, and it's going to involve giving something more, being more, I'm not going to say sacrificing yourself, but like the Hanged Man, but being a little bit more generous, either with your time, your energy, giving up something so that something can be done. But there's a generosity aspect involved to all of this.
Well, I get the feeling like maybe you thought you wanted to go one way with them, but now you are possibly or will be realizing you have to go the other way, and that you have to be more helpful, whereas you might have thought maybe you weren't going to have to be helpful. So some of this could be maybe a problem child or that kind of thing, somebody that
Not necessarily a problem child, but
somebody who needs a little more support. I just look at my own
support.
sibs and realize I was the only one that was really figuring it out. The others always needed more help than my parents could give them.
Anyway, let me see what the Lenormand says.
We miss you too, Ted. We just don't see anybody anymore, though, these days. So.
Yeah, well, we're not getting out much for very good
No,
reasons.
not lately, that's for sure.
We are in the high-risk group.
Don't worry, Jenna, you are
next.
coming up,
Just hang in
honest.
there.
We're just farting around here,
No, we're not. We've been busy. I resent that, Mr. O. So the positive things that might coming divine you is
Look,
that...
honey, a worthless unicorn wants to own us.
Can...
Thank you.
That's very sweet of you.
You'll be competing with people who give us chocolate bark.
I hope you have plenty of room because we've got lots of books and stuff.
I'm sorry. The ship.
The ship. And I think that's you. Looking at some changes, looking at some movement. So I think what's positively coming towards you is some kind of I don't know if you're planning on taking a trip. If it's not a trip, it's some kind of a change or move of some sort that will benefit you in some way. It doesn't have to be a physical move.
I think it coincides with
It
what
could.
those changes are, and mostly how you're seeing you may have to change your change, or that there are delays in how you thought the change was going. I think this coincides with that you're going to be moving towards what that change will be, and you'll have to accept it because you have a generous spirit, especially if it is coming to family and blood.
So that's,
I'm sorry.
I got it.
Oh, you did?
So
Okay.
that's what we see right now for you, Divine You. And thanks for coming back. Thanks for hanging in there. Hey, Jenna. Don't tell me you ran away again. Okay. We're waiting for your question now. And after Jenna is Sanjib, YOLO, Patton, and then I think it was Worthless Unicorn, Ted, and Arabella.
Wow. You're welcome. All right, a general reading for August. Let's just skip ahead. We know July's
right.
going to be screwed, so let's just skip ahead to
Well, I
August.
think she did July already,
That's
so
true, we
one of
did,
the
yeah.
last ones. So let's take a look at August. All right.
So for those who are new, this is TFT, Tarot for Today, and we have a wonderful little mascot named Sunny.
One of three.
One of three.
Cats.
We have several mascots, but he's the one who's always here assisting us with our readings. Yes,
One
that's
could
right.
call it that. There you go, Mr. O.
Alrighty.
He likes his belly rubbed and his nose. And he's an all-around great cat, except when he knocks my beverages over.
Yes, as happened recently on one of the shows.
Okay. So, Jenna, we have the Ace of Wands reversed.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Five of Pentacles upright. And then we have the Four of Pentacles reversed. So,
What do I think it means?
I think August you're going to get off to kind of a slow start. With stuff, things don't seem to be moving fast enough for you. That's the Ace of Wands reversed.
And you're going to have some money issues of different sorts. The Pentacles are showing up here for August, and I'm thinking that's related to materialism in your life, prosperity, financial matters. One is you may be experiencing some feeling like, I don't know, I'm not going to say for sure there's job difficulties, but there could be, or there could be a sense that you're not feeling provided enough for.
Yeah, that you're getting enough, really, for what you're doing.
The other part too is that maybe you feel that you have to outlay more money than you want to. So it is sort of tied into that financial prospect.
So in other words, there might be bills popping up that were unanticipated, and the money just doesn't seem to be there. So it's a slow start, and it's kind of not as great for material end of things in your life, Jenna. Let's see what the Lenormand
Right. There's
says.
nothing that says like you're gonna, lose your house.
No,
your
it's
father's
just-
gonna lose yours.
It's just it's not going to be the best of times financially. We all go through cycles.
And it does seem like, financially, there's recessionary stuff going on with unemployment stuff. So be forewarned. These things are happening around
Well,
us.
that's a good thing. But
Good.
you never know what could crop up, For example, you chip a tooth. And there you go. Or, a cavity, or something just happens untoward, and suddenly you've got to spend some money. So it could be something like that.
Alrighty.
And the Lenormand. This isn't all bad. We have the Tower. And we have the Child. Well, on one hand, I could look at this and say it is possible, Jenna, that maybe what might happen is that you might find a reduction in hours in your job. I don't think you're going to lose a job, but maybe you won't get as many hours as you want, and so you might not have as much money coming in. That's what
Yeah.
it looks like to me with the child being there next to the tower.
When I look at it all together, I think that Banshee's right, that there might be some structuring in your workplace, and you might feel that because you're possibly at the lower end of the totem pole, a newer employee, that kind of thing, that you might not benefit as well as other employees who are there. It's not going to make you jealous or anything like that, though. But I do feel like, the place you work at maybe is going to have some hard times a little bit.
I see you there, Mimi, but I'll throw you on the list. We have a list here, and we'll see if we can get to you tonight. I'm cutting the list off, though, with Mimi. Anybody who comes in after that, I won't be able to read for it tonight. We won't. So,
That seems to be what we got for your general reading.
that's it for you today, Jenna. Good luck, and we are on Sanjib. You are up, and then Yolo, Patton, Worthless Unicorn, Ted, Arabella, and Mimi. And that will close out the evening. Well, that's interesting. So, okay, you're just working the one job now? Not two?
Yeah, I think Jenna told us that before.
Okay.
Thank you, Jenna. You're welcome.
Well, then it just might be something else that comes along that just takes a little bit of money away. But don't worry, because I don't see
it's not a
anything
big deal.
major there.
It's not a big deal. Just it's what we saw. And the Sun Man is all hairy over here.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see a Sanjib. What do you want to do with that one?
Are we on Sanjib?
Yeah.
Okay. A yes or no?
Of contacting. All right, let's try that. I'll do this one again if you want. Although, I think I just messed up. Hang on. I got it.
Do you want me to grab a deck?
Nope. I'm together. I wondered where those cards were. Okay. Yeah, we could always throw some more if we need them. But this may answer it. Okay. So again, we're moving our live stream next Sunday from 2 to 4 to 7 to 9 because we'll be attending an event called Lunicon. So it's a virtual event, but it's right smack in the middle of our usual live stream hours. And so we're going to move it just for a one-time only deal. And hey, now that Mr. O is retiring, we will not have to move our Sunday live stream as much as we used to.
That's right. And for those who are new, they can also catch us on Facebook every day, giving a tarot card of the day. And that's also on Twitter. And then we have other content on our YouTube channel, such as our soul stories. Those are Banshee soul stories. And the most unusual astrological reading you'll probably find on YouTube, the monthly modality message. And then, of course, there's my own emotional exchanges program. So plenty of content for you there. And Banshee's finishing up with the cards. I think we did this as a yes or no for Sanjib.
Well, it's leaning towards yes, but there is a little caveat here because I've got the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands upright, and that means that it's leaning towards yes. But I have this Queen of Swords reversed. It seems to me they have some difficulty making their mind up about you, perhaps.
Yes, and it could very well be that the person who actually has to make the decision, maybe they're just kind of like very demanding. They're sort of very critical person, and so they may be feeling like they're not satisfied and they're not really wanting to make the decision.
Well, or it's possible that, there's some other things going on in their life right now that is taking precedence, and it's maybe not putting them at a place right now where they can make the decision.
That's always possible.
That's
too.
possible too. Like maybe there's some family matters going on or something like that that's interfering. But I sense that, they
It's
think
leaning that
about
way.
it. It's
Right, it's
leaning
leaning
that
that way.
way. Yet they either can't make their mind up they can't make their mind up or decide, or they just don't want to right now because other things are taking precedence.
So
I guess that's what I'm.
I guess the short answer is it's going to happen, but it may be a few months even. I don't know.
If it
weird.
yeah, I'm not sure it's going to happen soon. Let me take a look at, because the swords, yeah, I'm not sure. So maybe like the fall, winter.
And so many things are delayed in terms of various decisions, business or other kinds of decisions, just due to the worldwide climate at this point.
Well, I've got the snake card. I've got two rather negative cards here, the cross. And so I'm wondering, I don't know if they're grieving about something, either a past relationship or something where they were treated very badly. They were betrayed in some way. And maybe it's taken them a little time to get over this and trust again. And I think about the coldness of the Queen of Swords, too.
Well, I'm wondering if that person making that decision or the person you're waiting for to call actually has a certain level of deception going on within, their psyche. But I feel like maybe their influence is going to wane because I think it is going to end. That's what the cross sort of says. So it may be that part of the problem with that callback you're waiting on is that they're trying to figure out how to route that person or detain that person or, sort of remove them from that position, the Queen of Swords. Because this isn't really about a personal relationship. This is about your work stuff, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
I think it is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
I know.
Yeah.
I just sort of feel it is, but okay. Anyway, I do feel like something's going to end with that person's possible deceptions or possible angst that they add to the situation.
And either way, this could still hold true. This doesn't have to even be about a relationship, what I said. So it could indicate...
No, I don't think it was what you said.
No, okay,
No,
good.
I don't.
Okay. That's what we have for you. Does that help? I hope it does. And I am moving on.
You're welcome.
You are welcome. As always. Good to see you back. Hey, YOLO, you are up. It's your turn, and then Patton, if you're still here. And then Worthless Unicorn, Ted, Arabella, and Mimi. General love reading for the future. Absolutely. One of yours?
Sure. YOLO, YOLO. Here we go.
Well, I am out of liquid, so I'm going to resort to a cough drop because I feel a little dry.
We just went through the order, Patton, and you're still down the list.
You are next. You are next,
You're next
Patton.
after YOLO.
Right after YOLO.
So if you want to cue your question, that's fine.
All I can say is I wish I could sleep like a cat. He's always so laid back and relaxed. Okay. Well, we have the Devil upright. We have the Three of Wands reversed. And we have the Nine of Cups reversed.
That's a mixed bag there.
Well, that's not all really positive stuff. The Devil, on the one hand, could just indicate, that passions are going to be high, as far as love goes. And
the relationship that comes to you may be very physical more than, heartfelt. It might just be a really, physical relationship, at least in the beginning.
And yet it seems like it's lacking something for you. The Nine of Cups reversed seems to indicate that you're not satisfied with this relationship that's going to be coming in some way. It's I'm not going to say it's disappointing, but you expected more maybe out of the person. And, hey, passion is great and all, but that's only one aspect of a relationship.
Well, then the key to this reading maybe is the Three of Wands reversed. And to me, that seems to indicate that this may be a very short relationship, this next one that is more of the physical. It may be that it will be more like a bridge between wherever you're at now and moving ahead. It's not really possibly the kind of relationship you want, but maybe because of the way it happens, you'll be okay with that relationship for a while. And then at some point, you will probably move on to another one. So it's not going to be a long-term relationship.
Yeah, you are last, Mimi, so don't worry about it. But we've still got a couple in front of you, a few in front of you.
So did you get that?
Yeah, I did, and actually I think you're right about that. So, but I'm speculating here that it could happen sooner than later, this relationship.
Yeah, it may
I'm
happen sooner
seeing
than
here.
later, but then
like
therefore...
maybe by the end, before the end of summer.
Yeah, I think it could. I
Yeah.
think that's possible. And
And-
like I said, it just won't be long-lasting relationship. It may just be the kind of relationship where each of you use what you need from each other from the more physical levels than the other levels. So that's why the relationship won't last, because you're good for each other on the physical levels, but maybe in terms of the romantic heart levels and or the...
Or even
hey,
the long-termish.
right, we're building for a future kind
Yeah,
of thing. You'll
yeah.
both agree that maybe you don't have that thing there.
That connection.
So I'm sorry if that's a little sad. But we're going to do the Lenormand just to see what else is going on with that. And of course, do remember that tarot is always just a snapshot in time, and that just because we said it doesn't mean it's going to be absolutely true. We like to
Or-
think that we're more true than not, of course.
Well, the thing is, too, that a lot of people can make changes that change the course of, the way the reading would go. Once you hear information and you process it, you may approach things differently or people differently.
There's that damn tower.
Yeah, there's that tower. This isn't a very romantic card. And then we have the maze, which...
That's a maze or a mask?
I'm sorry, the mask, which to me indicates, and that came after, like maybe somebody is going to be projecting a real phony image of some sort, of themselves.
So if this is possibly that relationship, this could be that one of the reasons why you'll accept it just as a now thing, but you'll realize that there's just really facades. And maybe that person will also feel that way about you, that each of you will understand you really want something more that the other cannot provide. I'm also getting the feeling that maybe this might be a person that you meet through your workplace.
Work or school or
your
some
career,
kind of...
school, something like that.
Or some kind of institution. You could maybe be in a museum, or I know this is weird with quarantine, some kind of building or institution where you meet this person.
But so once again, it's not like a horrible relationship. It's just not really the one you want for the long term. So it won't be a long relationship.
And that's what we have for you, YOLO. Good luck with that. And Patton, I see your question. Let me grab a deck. So yes, no to.
Yeah, let's do this.
Will
and
it
see
be
yes or no.
announced soon? And let's see if we
Thank you,
get
YOLO.
the
We
timing.
appreciate that.
So how about if we ask if it will, let's just ask if it'll come out this year. Let's try to do that. And then maybe we could throw a card or two to see if we get timing.
And we want
Yeah.
everybody to stay safe too. So thank you, YOLO, for sharing that.
Thank you so much, YOLO. You too. Okay. So, okay, after Patton is Worthless Unicorn, Ted, Arabella, and Mimi. No, absolutely not, Patton.
Oh, absolutely not. Jeez. We like fun questions. I know you're over in the UK, but we actually did Who's Going to Win the Super Bowl back in February, and we were right. It's 50-50, so you got to figure we were going to be right 50% of the time. So yeah, fun questions are us.
But I thought some of the things that we had said about the win came out too.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting, the
yeah,
little nuances we picked up. And me, I don't think about football ever, so it was just like a real stretch for me to have to do that.
Okay, so it doesn't, I can't believe this, Patton, but right what I'm seeing now
Leaning
is
towards no.
it's leaning towards no for it coming out this year. I've got only one ace, the Ace of Cups reversed, and then we have the Nine of Cups reversed. Well, and then we have the Devil reversed, which is really interesting to me because it seems like, to me, it seems like you're disappointed. You know, I think it's clearly disappointment in that this is not coming out in a timely manner. But the Devil reversed is indicating to me the release is going to happen. I mean, it's not going to be released because it's interesting because the Devil reversed is kind of about a release. Yet these other two cards are talking delay.
These two cards, the Nine of Cups reversed and the Devil reversed, to me, they hint at malfeasance in the back of the house of these things. Like maybe somebody is not exactly properly fitted or oriented to do their job, i.e. they're getting paid so they don't care if they're meeting goals or the timeline for the product to be developed. And or maybe somebody is disgruntled a little
Maybe
bit about...
somebody's dissatisfied
There's
with
a disgruntlement about
related
something
to
there.
the release. I don't know.
Related to the release
Yeah.
or related to their share of it or their credit or something functional in that regard. So there may be
Yeah.
dickering over
There's something
some of these
emotional
things
going
going on here. Yeah.
But let me check the Lenormand on this. It's kind of
Oh
interesting.
my, indeed. There are a bunch of little drama queens. Like me.
Yeah, he's trying to make a big drama out of this all of a sudden. It's just a game. But I get it. You know, people do get attached to these things.
And I swear, Sonny must be having hair flying around because I keep getting an itchy
He
nose here.
is. We have to.
Brush
Yep.
him.
Well,
Brush him down.
here's the bear. And here's the house, which is really interesting. I'm not sure what to make of this other than to say that it seems to me it's not a financial matter, or maybe they're waiting until the financial environment is better, stronger for their release. Maybe they're concerned right now. I don't know why, because people seem to have disposable income when they want it, but maybe they're worried about some kind of profitability, you know, what's going to come back to them, the home, you know, what's the resources that are going to come back to them.
I think there's a question about staging or scheduling. It could be that maybe it's Electronic Arts, as you mentioned, that maybe EA, that maybe they're just a little bit delayed with their product line, and so maybe part of this is that there's something else that's queued up further, and or I'm just getting a little bit, maybe it's that devil reverse thing, I don't know what that is, but I'm getting a little bit of like this sort of deception thing going on with somebody saying like they're running on their own schedule because there's something that's maybe not defined about the schedule. It's too loosey-goosey. And so as long as they give their supervisors certain progress reports, they're just moving along. In other words, they don't love the game as much as most of the people that are waiting for it. So it's just a job to them.
Okay. I'll buy that.
We used to get some EA games back in the day when they were on those 5 1/4 discs.
Oh my gosh, we go way
loved
back
them.
in
We
time
loved them,
here
though,
with stuff and old school gaming.
Legacy of the Ancients. That was
Legacy of
one.
the Ancients.
Yeah.
That was such a cool game, though. I like that.
You're welcome. All right.
Okay, so, Ted, you know what? We'll hold that question because if Worthless Unicorn is here, they are next.
Yes.
And then
so
we'll
just hang on
take
a
you
moment, Ted.
right after. So, Worthless Unicorn, are you here?
And that's how it goes. Is sometimes we get a big list because we kind of take our time, and then people may walk away. And if you walk away, you lose your place. We'll put you back at the bottom of the line if we still have time.
And we do try to go by the chat, but sometimes I get them slightly out of order. Hopefully I've got this right. We're typing Worthless Unicorn. Oh, there you are. Okay.
All right, there you are.
Sure. Well, we'll see if anything about love life comes into the reading, but I'll tell you what, we'll do your overall future first, and hey, if you like what you see, you can come back to another show and ask the other question in more detail.
Oh, don't worry, Ted. We'll get to you.
If we had a little bit more time, Worthless You, we would go into a little bit more depth with you, but, we can't right now because we're trying to wrap up. But we will go into a little overtime to finish everybody, so do not worry. We only have Worthless Unicorn now, who we're doing Ted, Annabella, and Mimi, and we will get you all in.
Because we like you all.
Yes, we do. Let's see what we got here. And we love doing this.
Wow.
Well, you have some very interesting cards here, some actually beautiful cards in some way. Worthless You have the 3 of Cups upright.
So is there a blonde in the mix too? Because you mentioned the redhead and the brunette, and I see 3 here on this card. Just kidding.
And then there's the 2 of Cups. There's just 2 on that card. And that's a very nice card to get. And then we have the King of Wands reversed. So your overall future is showing a lot of romantic kind of overtones here. The 3 of Cups is indicating a celebration of some sort. The 2 of Cups is definitely indicating a partnership or relationship. If you are not in one now, it seems like one could be coming your way. And if you are in one now, it seems like those bonds will get a little stronger. But then there's that King of Wands, Mr. O.
Well, it is possible that maybe as you're moving ahead with other things that are not strictly about that romantic focus we're seeing there, that maybe there's something going on. It's a rivalry within the structure of your workplace or the structure of situations around you. It is possible that maybe you're feeling some lack of trust about a current situation that you're working on. You're networking for a job, you're networking in a job, or something like that. I definitely want to spend a little more time over here, though, because I think Banshee's right. These romantic things are definitely happening. You probably are, or a romantic soul at heart. Even though we're experiencing all this downtime with the quarantine and stuff like that, I get the feeling like a social occasion could pop up and that might start to solidify some of your feelings with somebody. I don't think you're going to fall immediately into a relationship, but I think it's going to begin building the harmony and trust. So maybe having said that, the other thing is that it's possible that maybe this person could look at you with a little bit of a shielding there, like they want to get to know you better before they decide they're opening up to the trust too. But it's nothing really dramatic. It's just sort of that original part of the dance in a way.
And because you have so many, preponderance of cups here, that I think that, the person could possibly be a water sign that you connect with in this relationship. I think that's highly possible.
So now we pull a Lenormand, a different oracle, and we see if that gives us a little extra clarification or insight.
Clarification. Mm-hmm. Or throw something else out there that may be important.
It's funny how many times we can actually see how the Lenormand will coincide with what the tarot is telling us.
So I have the book here. And I have the bear. And this might indeed be about something else. It could be one of two things. One is that it could indicate to me that you're really going to find out a lot about yourself in the upcoming months and how strong you really are. You're a force to be reckoned with in some ways in the months ahead. You have a lot of inner strength and power. That's the bear. The other thing about this is it could indicate that somebody else may see that in you, is possibly what I'm seeing.
Right. I can't really elaborate too more on that. I don't read the Lenormand myself, but I do feel that the bear shows leadership. And that was the first one or the second one? The book was first.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I'm thinking it's really more the latter, what Banshee said, that maybe somebody connected to you through a job, a network, a situation, not necessarily romance or family, could be family, will see this quality in you, and maybe they will bring you into something else to use your talents.
You know what, too? I forgot about this, but sometimes the bear is indicative of a mother. So I don't know if that's you as a mother, but it could also indicate your mother. You might find out some information important to you about your mother. That's a possibility as well with those cards. Just throwing that out there as a possibility. And that's what we have for you, Worthless Lou. I hope you enjoyed that. Some real positive stuff here. And you know what? You were kind of asking about the future and love. So
a moment of silence, everyone. The maker of most excellent bark is now leaving the chat room.
Gina, we salute you.
Thank you, Gina.
You're wonderful. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Take care. So that's what we have for you, Worthless You. I like a unicorn. I hope that helps. I do. And check back with us again sometime. Thanks for stopping in today.
Okay, so we're going to take Ted's question.
We have Ted's question, and let's see, positive change in employment soon.
And I'm going to use my Tarot of the Northern Shadows.
All right. And after Ted is Annabelle and Maybe, and we are done.
Already.
We have just hit into overtime, so we should be done shortly with everybody. Great night of reading for everybody once again. Thank you. I was just looking at how many readings we've done today. It's been a good, busy night. It didn't start out that way.
Yeah, we thought we were going to have a slower night
Yeah,
again.
we thought we were going to end early or do some other games or something else. But people always show.
And our kitty Cam is checking out the sun man. Aw, thank you, Worthless Unicorn.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
For those about to bark, we salute you.
To embark. Gina is embarking from the live stream right now.
Was this a regular 3-carder, right?
Well, let's see what the vibes are for this positive change in employment. Well, some things look pretty good here, Ted. Let's see. We do have the Emperor reversed. I will throw that out there right away. That's the first card. But then, look at here. You've got the 9 of Cups, which is pretty awesome. And then you have the Knight of Swords. So, I think things could positively change for the better. It's either you or somebody else who has to make a decision on, the next moves here. And the Emperor reversed is just the cautionary tale here, is, is just to try to not be too overbearing and not be too pushy, in your approach to employers and getting a job. Try to let your, how should I say this? Try to let your skills speak for themselves as opposed to really getting too overbearing about it, because you could possibly then sabotage yourself.
Well, I'm getting a slightly different feeling with that
Okay.
Emperor reverse, and I'm wondering if it's possible that you may be trying to leave or get rid of a job that has a certain level of responsibility that you don't want, because you're moving towards something else that is
More likable.
maybe a different kind of responsibility that you want more, which I see from the Knight of Swords. And that maybe you're feeling like the responsibility or the authority that you're letting go doesn't serve you. And so it's really about finding where your skills really are a match in a way.
Yeah.
So you might have to actually change to get that, or just at some point look at it and say, yeah, that's not helping me anymore, that particular hang up there. So we're going to do a Lenormand now, Ted, and see what that shows us.
Hey, I ride a broom. We're already into overtime, so we cut the list at Mimi. We can't do it today. But, check back with us. That's all I can say. I'm sorry.
Tell you what, if you write either at the Facebook page or if you write our Gmail account, and that's TFT Tarot for FOR today at Gmail, I'll get back to you on that. We'll try to clarify that. We try to check that about every day. So do that, or on our Facebook for TFT, there's a place you can leave a message too. Patton does that once in a while, and some other folks.
Okay, so I've got the birds. And again, I have this is called the Path card. But basically, it's about decisions. So interesting, that kind of ties into the Knight, I think.
Yeah, you are coming towards a decision, or one will be coming towards you.
And this is news. I mean, this is news coming your way, and it's probably obviously about a job opportunity or employment.
Were you losing a job recently, or have you lost one recently? Did somebody decide to let you go for some reason? And I'm thinking that happened already, or will be happening, but it will present this news of another opportunity, another path for you, I think. That will open up. I hope that's good. I don't like to see anybody out of work if they need to work. But I'm getting the feeling like this may be a management change that puts you back into something else where you find that path.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Maybe somebody actually gives you a good tip, like you should just try this other thing here.
Yeah, true, because sometimes the birds are like cards of gossip, or, like he said, tips, somebody giving you a tip. Hey, play this horse in the race, blah, blah, play this lottery number. So somebody could tip you off on, some good opportunity that, could be right for you. And that's what we see for you right now, Ted. I hope that helps.
Oh.
And thanks for joining us. Good seeing you again.
Good to see you. And who are we waiting for now?
We are waiting for Arabella.
And if Arabella's here, it is now your turn.
Arabella and then Mimi.
And that will close it out for the night. Yeah, I don't know how or when. But
we're playing it uber safe because we're in a high risk group. So.
And you probably know that I announced my retirement from work today. So.
Yeah. So
I'll be leaving in about 2 weeks.
I'm still working, but I'm working from home, so it's a lot safer for me right now.
Thank you. I ride a broom.
All
Thank
right,
you, Ted.
Arabella.
And we have your question, or we will have your question. Go ahead.
Why, thank you. Thank you so much, I Ride a Broom.
I got some tips about more tags and different kinds of tags and hashtags, so I'm hoping to use more of those.
Well, and we are going to keep adding content. The key is content. We know that.
Yeah.
So we will keep marching on and doing what we do. And so, Arabella, what do you got?
Successful in the new business.
New business venture. Let's do a yes, no on that, and we might have to add more. Yeah, go ahead. Your cards.
All right, Arabella.
I'm going to mix these up.
New business. As much as we like getting more views,
Yes, you can, Ted. That's the beauty of all of this. And, you know, my workplace has come up with a lot of ways to do virtual meetings, and we're doing a virtual retreat tomorrow where we're going to do games and different things together virtually. So there's a lot you can do, you know. There's a lot of ways to get creative with this time that we're in right now.
worthless unicorn. If you're talking chocolate covered, no, not so much.
Ah. Well, you know, it's funny you mentioned that because I didn't use my plate today. I used my dragonfly plate and the bumblebee, but I have a ladybug plate that we had our
This one's
chocolate
bumblebee.
bark on. Yeah, you have the bumblebee. Okay, do I cut?
You cut.
I cut. All right. Well, let's see what we have for you. Move it away. He's twitching. Nope. I wish you would have used something easier for this one. There. Well, that one was pretty obvious. And there. Well, you know what? It is leaning towards yes.
Yes. The answer is leaning towards yes. You could very well be successful.
But I'm not sure why I'm getting the Three of Swords here. There's some sorrow attached to this. Like, I don't know what it is. Do you have to let something go, you know, to achieve this success?
It sounds like there's a big sacrifice, or it
Yeah.
sounds like there's somebody's feelings get hurt about this in some way, or that you have to basically make some sort of separation to achieve some of these goals. That could be what it is. Somebody is going to be hurt. It could be yourself. You may have to hurt yourself in order to have this kind of success.
Yeah, in some way. There's something funny about that. But overall, it looks very positive. Do you want to grab the top card there and see what it is? I just want to see if we get any other insight.
Queen of Wands.
Well, you are very enterprising, and you know you are putting a lot of yourself into this. The Queen of Wands, you know, is showing, you know, that kind of energy can lead you to success. You know, that kind of energy and drive and motivation. You know, as long as you maintain that, you should be successful.
Okay, you're a heartless businesswoman, and you're gonna really do it, but you're gonna kind of hurt some people. Yeah.
That's not heartless.
Well, okay, it's a heartless plus minus. But I mean, I'm just seeing that, you know, the Queen of Wands to some degree represents a little bit of a sinister aspect of love, they say. The black cat which shows up on some of the Queen of Wands in different decks.
That's true.
The idea that maybe that level of focus and sheer networking and sheer power networking, and maybe to some degree it combines with some central properties too. I got cat hair all over the place. You're really so focused and good at what you do, but you may not realize who you're hurting when you do that.
Okay.
Oh well.
I'll leave it at that, but I'll stand by what I said.
Sure.
And that's why you get 2 tarot readers here.
I didn't say
You know,
it was a bad
something-
thing necessarily.
No, it's not. Something is going to resonate, and that's the point of this, is we want you to kind of solve problems for yourself by hearing what the cards have to say. All right. So this is interesting. I have like the tower here, the institute, like it's an institution or a workplace, and I have the compass. So I am at a loss. I'm thinking that it's sort of indicating to me that, you could create something pretty lasting out of this, but, you have to make sure that this is the direction you truly want to go in. And if it is, you could probably make something that's going to have some lasting success for you.
All these things seem to tell me that your venture is highly successful probability, and that basically you will be bringing other people to you
That
to
could be.
help you run this enterprise. It's going to be so successful that it won't even be a solo operation. You'll be hiring people or placing people to help you.
Or
So-
you'll be connecting people.
Yeah,
It's
that could be
that.
too. That because it is about the networking too. That some
Yeah,
of this is really
right.
big on networking.
So that's what we see for you, Arabella. I hope that helps. And thank you for hanging in there.
All right. So Mimi,
Mimi, you are up. You are our last reading of the night.
the time has come for Mimi. And remember, everybody, we'll be back again Sunday at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Sunday because of, we're taking a little siesta during the day so we can attend a nice session where authors are speaking about their works. And so it's kind of a learning thing. And it's going on for a week, so we want to participate in it. There's some great authors speaking. Go check out LunaCon 2020.
Mimi, are you still here? We're waiting for you.
Yeah, Mimi.
If you're not here, we get to go night-night.
We'll give you a minute or two, and then we're out of here. So I think that's all the announcements we have. When's our next modality coming out?
Oh, that'll be right around June 21st, so that
Yeah.
should be next Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, our monthly modality message will be coming out. So stay tuned for that. Speaking of more content. All right, last call for Mimi. This is the final call.
We have a lot of people helping us, and we really appreciate them. Our granddaughter, our son, our daughter-in-law. We've been allowed to use some artwork by the wonderful artist Lexi Takis. So we want to thank them all. Bye,
Good night
Ted.
to you. Take
Hugs
care.
to you.
Well, I guess we're going to call it a day then. We've given Mimi a chance. So thanks, everybody, and stay tuned for a Sunday at a later time. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Bye-bye. We'll see you next time.